welcome back to the warm-up show with the hockey coach guru, Coach Frenchy, directly from Florida. And we have to go all the way to the north to find Mr. Enortap, Bob Guinea in Toronto, Ontario. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Happy Thursday. Happy Thankfully Day. And it's not Thursday, it's Wednesday, Enortap.
That's it. You're jumping the gun a little bit, Coach. But
it's because I'm excited about Thanksgiving. That's what's happening.
You can always wish good wishes to everybody the day before. That's fine.
That's happening. I show up first right away before everybody Thursday, so I'm happy about that one over there. But we have a lot of great people in the house again. What about Mr. Alexis Dubik back in the house today? Is going to see.
Welcome,
He's
Alex.
going to see the midget AAA scouting the game. Congratulations, Mr. Alexis Dubuc. Have fun, enjoy it, do the best you can be. And talking about the best of the best, why not to set the first? You are awesome, Mr. Roger Delaney in the house.
Welcome, Roger.
Directly from Sarasota. I did not know until yesterday, but he's back from Sarasota. Mr. Eagle Frank Sport in the house tonight.
Welcome, Eagles.
We have to go all the way to Barrie, just beside you, Mr. Enortap, because he's from Barrie, the Barrie Colts in the OHL. Welcome back, Mr. Andrew Kieran. Always great to have great talk about this. Directly from Westmont on the hill, the island, Montreal Island, Mr. Canadian Giant.
Welcome, Canadian Giant.
The number one fans of the Panthers in the house tonight. I'm sure he's ready for the game at 7 o'clock, directly from South Florida, just beside, I call him my neighbor, Mr. Get a Rock Tim T in the house.
Welcome.
We have to go all the way now for North Carolina. Number one fans of the Detroit Red Wings. They have a big game tonight. Welcome back, Mr. Caleb Sars in the house.
Welcome, Clay.
We just talking about the key run. Why not to talk about the Kings run? Because welcome back from Utah, Mr. Run with Kings, number 20 in the house. Looky look.
Welcome.
Officer, I don't know where he's coming from. The only thing I know is from the nature, is from the wood, is from everywhere, the peaceful, the soul. Well, not to welcome back Mr. Holistic and Nature in the house.
Holistic nature.
Yes, you're absolutely right about that one over there. This is for Gators. That's all about. That's what it is. We have a lot of big gators in the South Florida here. But we have to go all the way to Finland to find in the snow. It's a freezing over there, but he's maybe in the sauna. We don't know yet. He said yesterday he left for the sauna. So we'll see what's happening with him. Yamo, the tenant in the house tonight. Welcome back. Why you don't play the music? Because I have to do this before that.
Welcome, Yarmo.
Directly from New Brunswick, come on down, Mr. Johnny Golden.
Here's Johnny.
Here we go. And now Mr. Alexis Bix at Edian Giroux de Châteauguay. That's funny, Alexis, because that's why I Sainte Catherine, where the Richelieu play over there. I didn't draft, but I teach Guillaume Latendresse over there. And then I pick up at Repentigny, Mr. Maxime Lapierre. Then I got that, Corey Crawford. And then I got Cam Baker. Never make it very well in the NHL. Then I got a brother of Olivier Latendresse. I got Guillaume Latendresse. And then I coached Benoit Mondoux, the son of Pierre Mondoux. And yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
So that reminds me a lot of great player in our tap in the south of Montreal, other side of the island. So that'll be sure. He said, Yamu said, -9 Celsius, lot of snow. It was a beautiful 27 today, Celsius in Florida today. cloudy afternoon. Not much to do, go to the pool, but I'm, cannot complaining. But we wake up with only with a 61 Fahrenheit, so it's about like, 16, 17 Celsius. So it's all about, he said 15.8 Fahrenheit. He almost said that's cold. We have a channel of hockey, but we talk a lot about the weather. That's all it's about at the end of the day. So if I forget you, I apologize. I believe I did a round. I believe I found everybody. And it's only 8 minutes. I did this everything in 8 minutes. Don't forget, guys, to first of all, to subscribe. And also to sharing this live stream right out with your friends. And finally, click on the like. That'd be awesome. And then today I did a pre-game show video. You can watching all the information you need to know about the Prospect Montreal. And the game tonight between the Washington Capitals. 14 team, 28 team, 14 game at 28 team in action tonight. Start at 7 o'clock until the buck finish when the horn is going to be between the Los Angeles Kings. That's why I'm going to shut down the live stream tonight. We're going to do a double header, Montreal Canadiens. Then after that, we follow up with the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Los Angeles Kings. So I think it's the time to do it. What's going on with Thanksgiving, Coach? First of all, tomorrow we're going to be back at 11 o'clock a.m., a special Thanksgiving morning. Then tomorrow night we have another show. It's called the Power Play Thanksgiving Turkey. And then finally, Friday, guys, we're going to make some adjustment. Friday morning is going to be the warm-up show at 5 o'clock. It's going to be 11 o'clock. Why? Because the game start at 1 o'clock. You have about 5-6 games during afternoon. So you guys, you have a chance to give the prediction of the games. You're going to get at 11 o'clock Friday morning. And Enortap said you should be there. So I think it will be a great moment to do it. We're going to skip the game at 5 o'clock. And the show at 5 o'clock. I'll be back at 7 o'clock. And that's happening. That's what's happening. So I apologize for that one. The bold, the grand, and the cross is in the house tonight. Welcome, Mr. Bold.
Granite Cross.
Right. Cole Kings is in the house. The Lucky Luke is in the house. So, John and Mr. Enortap, you are right now 5 minutes earlier. So hopefully you're ready. And you have everything. Tell us a little bit what happening for the last 24 hours in the world of the NHL. What you pay your attention or what you believe is a good contents we can talk about.
Yeah, you know what, Coach? I'd like. I know we beat it to death already, but I'd like to continue discussing the Vancouver situation. To be honest with you, because I don't know if it's just me, but I'm getting a feeling that we could be on the verge of a total implosion in Vancouver. We have a very big disconnect right now between the owners, the Aquilini, Benning, down to Green, down to which players to trade or not, and something has to give. And I think within these next 4 or 5 games that they're going to be playing, that'll be the verdict for them. Like they're playing, and it's not a hard road visit, but they have Pittsburgh, Columbus, Boston, Montreal, and Ottawa, I believe, as their next 5 games. And if somehow they don't come out of that at least with 3 wins, something has to give here. I don't think that they can keep Benning in there when you get closer and closer to missing the playoffs with each loss that they incur, and it comes closer to trade deadline time, and there's that uncertainty as to what to do. Like, do you trade for players? Do you blow it up and try to build on your few talented players that you still have around? Something has to be done, and you have to have confidence in whatever GM that you have there. So it's kind of not too dissimilar to what we have in Montreal, except I think it's a little bit more implosive than what we have in Montreal right now.
Yeah. It's never happened. I don't know if you follow, but Vancouver never fired a GM during the season, everything like that. So that's what happening about that one over there. So be curious about what he's going to do. Really important 3 game, exactly like the Islanders. on my book. So it would be interesting
Yes.
what happening over there. But I feel like something will have to happen in Canucks if, the example, they drop the next three, right? Because they cannot consist like this. It's more, I feel like in Vancouver are more bigger over there at Montreal for the panicking or the panic button over there. It makes sense. So the situation is different
Yeah.
from Jim Benning versus Mike Bergeron. I think the one who paid the price is more like Travis Green. I feel if you have something change right away for Vancouver, I think Benning can keep it up right there until the end of the season. But I think I would not be surprised if it's something happening. It's Travis Green. We have to pay the price, honestly.
Yeah, even as we said yesterday, I mean, the fact that the players are starting to bicker, and they realize that their play is not good enough to win, and yet, Green is sort of being positive about it and trying to get a bit of a moral victory out of the fact that they lost 1-0 to Chicago last game. You can't have that kind of a dissension on the team and go in positive directions. It's impossible in my eyes.
Yeah, I agree with you about that one for sure. Welcome back, Mr. Greg Sanchez in the house. Go Ducks. Go Anaheim. Thanks to join us, Greg. Just curious, are you from California or somewhere around other state and you love the Anaheim Ducks or you really like the Mighty Ducks jersey? Who knows? Alexi, I'm coming to you right now, Mr. Alexi. Attribute as a great scout is all about the players to watching with no puck. So that's a great way to start about this, right? It's easy the skating, but you have to study more about the skating, the balance, and everything like that. But I think for you, if you can watching more the player where he have to go, where you have no puck, if he creates some opportunities, everything like that. The second thing, back checking for check. That's the second thing you have to look about this one over there. If you play on the defensive side, watch about where his position. If he's a center, where he goes during the play, how he read the play. All right. Everybody take a note about shooting and passing and the skate on forward, backwards, depend on the position of the players. Every time that face off and what. But I think that's a great way to start. Like you just start, I would say to you, focus on the skating, on the shooting, and the passing. But look also the details of the game. That's something you have to pay about each players. That would be the attribute I will say to you. That's the best way to do that. And take information. Ask for people around you. Ask about if you see a scout in the crowd, ask them about, hey, look, I'm just starting. I want to be an intern. I want to learn about this, what I should do, whatever it is. And then go online. Try to find some template. If not, I can maybe send to you. I have a bunch of template for the hockey coach. I can send to you. Email me, and I can help you about that one over there. So hopefully this helping you about that for sure. But then we have Mr. Holistic Naturals. Hey, coach, do you think that see a team from ACHL, LHL, the Rocket, the Lion is a good experience? I know you see an NHL game, whether it should be great. First of all, the cheaper or the ticket. Secondly, it will learn about the other players at the minor. You're going to learn the prospect player every time that. The East Coast Hockey League is a bit lower. It's a little bit better as the QM example, like Shawinigan Cataracts or the Victoriaville-Sig or the Drummondville or Sherbrooke. All right, it's a little bit better, but they are below of the American Hockey League. The best way I would say to you, if I have a choice, I will go to the Laval Rocket because the experience is good. You have a great hockey player, like Cole Caulfield was there 2 weeks ago, and Rand Pullen was there, and Primo is there. So they have a lot of great players around the league. Also in the American Hockey League, they are the bubble player we call in NHL. So experience-wise, that would be the best for you to go if you have a choice between both. Go to the Laval Rocket if you can. So thanks for your question about this. A lot of things to pay for the NHL. I kind of a lot right now, but those things are cheaper to pay. You're absolutely right about this. Did you read the article about the ad seller? I did not read the article. I just see the post, Johnny, today about Blind Badvin. But it's coming. I will definitely look about this a little bit later. I think I don't know if you talk about Gallagher, but I have another score about Gallagher. A 3-5 team, what he should go. If you tell that, I'm going to put this for the members of the Hockey Nation Live show. Will be on tomorrow or Friday morning. Go Abs. I'm LS. Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate that. Sebastien back in the house tonight. Welcome back, Sebastien. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. What about directly from Stockholm? No, he's not Stockholm anymore. He is north of Sweden. Talk about snow in Finland. Why not about the snow in Sweden? I don't know, but I'm sure it's cold. Mr. Stefan Manberg in the house.
Welcome, Stefan.
And what about the Mark Zuck back also in the house? The flame tie for the first. Now, that's what I'm talking about. And Sebastien saying, let's see if Montreal can win 2 back-to-back games. I'll be interesting about this. Like South, Sean Farrell skating backwards on the PK yesterday, coach. Yeah, Sean Farrell had -1 assist yesterday, 4 shots on the net. I watched the game, the end of the game this morning. Coronato scored a great goal. It's Tacto. Our average is pretty good. Bien honest is pretty good about that. Great if you're a member of the Hockey Nation Live show. Great outscore about Jordan Harris. You're going to love that one over there. You're going to see that. Well, not to welcome directly from Denver, Colorado Avalanche, Steve G in the house. Now we have to go from Sweden. We went to the Finland. We went back to Sweden. Now we have to go return to Finland because our friend Wizard, Mr. Ville O in the house.
Welcome, Vallejo.
L'Île Perrot. L'Île Perrot is a little town outside of Montreal. You cross the bridge and you go right there. It's called L'Île Perrot. Beautiful. I've been there when I worked at the Dorval post office when I was 17 years old, 18 years old at the airport. I was living to my uncle, and my uncle would live at L'Île Perrot. That's another story, but I know what is it. So Richard Mullen in the house. Directly from Sherbrooke, welcome back, Nicolas Tegubi Bono, who is on the net tonight for Montreal, Sebastien.
Allen.
Jake Allen, he said, I hope Montreal can upset my Caps tonight. Can upset not my Cap, but the Caps tonight. Eagle, we'll see how good. The miracle could happen sometime, and we'll see if it could happen. So thanks again. Allen in the net, Sebastien. He said, Sebastien, okay, Jake back now. Jake Allen is back now. So that's what's happening about this overall. Yesterday, 3 games, but I think the biggest for me, I can pay more attention, is the injury of Duncan Keith for the Edmonton Oilers. Yeah. Not going to affect too much them tonight, but and maybe a long term is a day-to-day. So after the injury to Donald Nurse for 4 weeks, I believe, now he's going to lose the second defenseman, the left side, Duncan Keith. Now Brober have to step up on that side over there. So it'll be interesting if they would maybe shift, Dyson Barry on the left or anything like that. But how do you feel about it? Also, they don't have Steve Coco. He's already out. Maybe Chris Russell can jump in the lineup now. That'll be, another additional player. I don't know if he's hurt, but that would be interesting to see. What do you think about the situation with the Oilers without Duncan Keith and Donald Nurse?
Yeah, well, with Nurse, they lose a great player that, logs a lot of ice time on power play and penalty kill as well. And he carried the play, really. Keith gave that experience and sort of solidified the settings, the defensive settings. So that's my big worry. And that's what I saw in yesterday's game where, the team wasn't skating like they usually do, but there was also... you could tell Dallas was dumping that puck into their end zone and then attacking right away. They wouldn't give the defenseman an opportunity to stick handle with the puck at all. They would cause them to make errors. They would play a cycling game, and the result, they got a lot of shots on net. And if it wasn't for Skinner that really saved them, it could have been way more than 4 goals yesterday.
Yeah, I agree with you about that one over there. We'll be interesting how they're going to react as a team now, right? Because they changed a couple of things, and then how they're going to take care. Dave Tippet's going to change the defensive side about that. You talk about Edmonton did not show up yesterday, right? Bad game. What about the Flyers? I have a chance to watching the game this morning. OMG. Talk about Montreal again, Pittsburgh. Wow. Again, Tampa last night, it was painful to watch, honestly. About that one over there. So it'll be interesting how they're going to react for sure. Welcome back, Cosmo Star and Gotham City in the house. And what about? You are awesome. You are amazing. Miss Darlene and Miss Kelly, the double family and the house tonight. Welcome aboard. What a night of hockey we got tonight, Steve.
Welcome, Kelly.
I'm sorry again.
Welcome, Kelly.
Here we go. And Richard said, I missed a leave 3-1 tonight. She think about this. Sunday are great. And Richard said, Enortap, hi. And then we have also, just to answer to Richard Mullen, besides Jake, Kulak is out for 1 week. And Norlander should be in the lineup tonight. That's the only thing I know. Pocket is available, but it will be a healthy scratch. They keep Rand pulling. So if something changed after 4 o'clock today, I did not know. But I give you the best what I know at that moment about that. I check the standing every day. Thanks, Coach. Awesome. Great. Kelly, welcome. Not a problem about that. Let's move on because we have a lot of action tonight about this. And like we do at the beginning, the show of this page, no many news, guys. And in NHL today, really calm. Not a big news. Paturity. Game decision tonight in Enortap, by the way. So I'll maybe change my score, but we'll see happening. But before we ask you for everybody, you can give us an answer. Who are they?
Oh, that's a tough one.
All Russian players.
Oh, boy. I'm going to need help on this one.
Anybody knows those players? Tampa Bay decided yesterday to celebrate Thanksgiving. Early yesterday by Kevin Sunflowers. Yamos and Makarov, 1. You got it. Yamos and Fitzizov, 2. You got it. Missing 3.
That's good.
Larionov.
Fetisov? Is it?
Fitzizov. Antti Koivula. No, it's not you, John Antti, but welcome aboard. Krutov, Koivula. Yeah, he missed 1 now. Fitzizov, we got it. I'll give you 10 more seconds. So we got Makarov, we got Larionov, we got Fitzizov, we got Krutov. The last one is the second guy from me and Enortap, the one in the middle, the one in the middle, but the second guy from Enortap and me, that's the one we're missing there.
That's a tough. Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I did not know me too until I saw the picture at Tarasonov.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's the one over there. So I went a little bit deep on that one over there. I know it was not easy, but
you went very deep.
Here we go.
You went all the way to Russia.
Exactly. So I just want to share with you about that one over there. So tonight, guys, you have 14 games. So that gave me a lot of typing over there. All right. So the way we do this, all right, we try to follow the game we are doing. So on the board, Mr. Enortap is going to say we're going to talk about one game at a time. And you have to give us that game. Do not give me the third game, the fourth game, the fifth game. I'm going to be lost completely. So it's special, I understand. I try to get all you picks, all the prediction. We love it. I think you like it. We have a great result at the bottom. Congratulations, Steve G. and Andy Kuivula, 3-0 yesterday. Then a bunch of people got 2-1 yesterday. But it was the biggest night about the participation. So we thanks each one of you yesterday to join us. I think it's fun, and that makes this show better. So don't forget to click on the likes. But again, if you're helping me, if you can follow game by game we talk about, that'd be awesome. And let's starting with this tonight, because that's what we have to do tonight.
One at a time.
And the first game is going to be between the Boston Bruins and the Buffalo. 9-6-0 for the Boston. Buffalo 7-9-2. Ulmark, Dell between the pipe. Ulmark not confirmed. Dell confirmed. And Buffalo is 1-8-2. Not 1-8-2. They are
7-9-2, I think.
Yeah, Buffalo. No, but the last 10 game, they are something they lost. They are only 2-6-1.
Yeah,
the 9-9 game,
and they're coming off of a two back-to-back losses to Columbus on Monday, and also I think it was 5-4 with the Rangers just recently. And again, Buffalo's. We knew from the beginning they have a young team. And that's not an excuse, but you can tell that there's a lack of experience. What they're finding hard to do is they're building leads, but they're not closing the games out properly, and that comes with experience. And as the team's chemistry starts to build a lot more, the Bruins are looking to bounce back from being shut up 4-0 at the hands of who else but Markstrom and the Calgary Flames on Sunday. With Boston, I'm seeing the problem that second line of Taylor with Coyle isn't really clicking as it should. I don't see much of a real chemistry between the two. And really, somebody like Coyle, I think, should probably be on the third line, if you ask me. You can tell that they really miss having Krejci in that position, and Taylor was the beneficiary of Krejci's great vision in the game. With this here, I'm going to take... I think it'll be a close game, but I think Boston will win this one 5-4.
5-4. I believe the Boston don't give 4, they give only 3 in our tap.
Okay. Next, we have the Philadelphia Flyers that the coach loves against the Florida Panthers. So Philadelphia, as coach was mentioning earlier, they've lost 3 straight now, including a 4-0 blowout at the hands of Tampa Bay last night, which, the inconsistency doesn't surprise me with Philadelphia. I think having lost Ellis really hurt them. Not having Kevin Hayes hurts them, obviously. Hart's been okay. He's been good, actually, but he can't handle it all on his own, and they're not getting that secondary scoring. The Panthers are right now the only team that has not lost at home. They're 10-0 at home. So with this game being in Florida, and Florida, one of the hot teams in the league, and Big Bob in net tonight, I'm going to take Florida to win this game 4-2.
Yes. It's funny because now we're going to have everybody will have the same record. We have everybody take the same team so far. You said 4-2. I'm stuck tonight.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the 5-3 tonight game. About that, Sebastian, the Rangers have overshaped the New Canada are due for a win. Then the streak. Kanganaksa is building chemistry calling about that. And the game, guys, we already did. You can put in the chat if you're missing is you late or behind, you just show up, you want to give us your score, don't hesitate to give it to us after. That's not a problem. It's just like I don't want you to give me right now the Rangers Islanders because we are the last game on that first page, and that would be hard for me to follow. So that'd be better if you can give it. But if you did not do it and you feel, oh, I forgot, please just give it to us. I would take care about this. That's not a problem. Game number 3, the Minnesota 11-6-1, the New Jersey Devil 8-5-3, Blackwood and Talbot. Blackwood was not confirmed. I believe he will. Talbot is back. 591 is excited
Talbot
about
is.
that one over there. The Minnesota a little bit shaky for the last 10 days, I believe. New Jersey, after a good trip, and Florida last one, win one against Tampa Bay. Would be interesting to see that team. Really difficult to read for me, the New Jersey Devils so far. They have a good record, right? But at the end of the day, it's really hard to follow them because missing a couple of players, Jack Hughes, Hamilton, and
That's right.
that's make that team different. But we'll see. Interesting to see what they're going to do tonight. Here we go, my friend.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Coach. I don't think the Devils really have had an opportunity to play all their players because of different injuries at different time, and that's always a difficult situation to be in. For Minnesota, they've experienced a bit of a hiccup after, looking almost invincible at the beginning. They seem to fall behind in the last 2 or 3 games, and then they have this great third period where all of a sudden they scored 3 goals in that period. Minnesota's 64 goals are among the best in the NHL, and are part of the reason why they originally got off to a 9-3-0 start. But they're a different team when they fall behind, and they can't dictate the play as much. They have to rely on getting out there and turning it to offense. As you said, the Devils have had a respectable start, so that's great. Um, they really miss, I think, Jack Hughes. I think that he would have really he he was starting to develop this year, and he'll be back soon because he was briefly at practice. So it looks like he's day to day now. But I think Minnesota is going to take advantage of the fact that they need a victory here, and they're going to win this one 6-2.
The Wild 6-2. Finally, as some people took New Jersey tonight, 3-2 Richard and 3-2 Steve G. I still was not sure about the Wild, but I still go with Minnesota. But I don't know. I think 6 too much. I will stop at 4.
Okay.
About that one there.
And
Now
who
you
do
have
we have
Vancouver
next?
6-11-2. You talk about all
Ah,
the problem we have in Vancouver. Pittsburgh 8-6-4. A team like it's unbelievable from the beginning. Jerry give 1 goal in the last 3 games. Pittsburgh,
yes.
whatever they're missing, they find a way to win. And Vancouver try to find the score, try to find the W. Here we go in our top.
Yeah. And in a nutshell, I'm going to tell you Vancouver's woes are going to continue again tonight. The Pittsburgh Penguins look to ride the momentum of a 3-game winning streak. They're coming off of that winning streak, where they outscored the opposition 11-1 with victories against Toronto, against Montreal, and Winnipeg as well. The most recent. Um, Vancouver. I mean, I talked about it ad nauseum at the beginning of the show, so I'm not going to regurgitate that, but um, I think they'll put in a good effort, Vancouver. But at the end, I think Pittsburgh will end up on top 4-3 in this game.
43.
Yeah,
All right. I just try to catch up with the people. You
no
did too
problem.
fast.
You're right that Jerry has really shown an aptitude to be much better than what he was last year. That's for sure, and that's what's really helped Pittsburgh because they're a hard team to figure out. I know they have a good system in play, but you know, uh, and when you get players like Malkin eventually coming back, and now Sydney is starting to click a little bit. It'd be hard to beat every single game, but I just don't know if they have enough to eventually make the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree with you about that. First, a 0 tonight. Richard Mullins, a 4-0. First one tonight set a first shootout. So glad to see that. Yamo, about that one over there. You the next one. Go ahead.
Next one, we have our beloved Habs against the Washington Capitals. The Capitals are back on home ice and are looking to start another point streak when they host our Habs. The Capitals are 6-0-1 over that 7-game stretch before that upset loss to Seattle 5-2 on Sunday, which was a bit of a surprise, probably a bit jet lagged as well. Canadians are near the bottom of the league in penalty kill percentage. I think they're at around just under 70%. They're around 68, 69%, which is a recipe for disaster if you start getting penalties unnecessarily against a team like Washington, because they will capitalize, especially Ovechkin, the way he's been going with Kuznetsov. The Habs, this was kind of interesting because in their 5 wins, the Habs have outscored their opponents 23-6. But in their loss, and outscored a whopping 64-21. So it just shows that, when they put that effort in there and they can get that quick early lead, that it works in their favor. Obviously, they can play a team concept there. Samsonov is likely to be between the pipes tonight for Washington, and he's been very hot as well lately. Plus, what can you say about Ovechkin, right? He's still in that great pursuit for Gretzky's goal record. I'm going to take Washington tonight, especially being at home, 5-3.
Five two. Go ahead.
Okay. Next, we go on to Winnipeg, who's 9-5-4 against the Columbus Blue Jackets, who are 10-6 and 0. And the Jets are on a 3-game losing skid. But you know what? It hasn't been horrible for them in those 3 games. It's just that they haven't really, in those losses, they haven't really played a complete 60 minutes. The most recent one, I think, was the game against Pittsburgh, and they outshot them. They outplayed them in the first period. They got the first goal of the game, which was great, but Jerry just kept Pittsburgh in that game and didn't allow that second goal, which gave Pittsburgh the opportunity to come back. And it seemed like Winnipeg was playing on their heels in the third period, and then they were outshot terribly as well. So they just have to adjust a little bit. They have they've got to start getting some greasier goals, I think, because they got the players and the size to do that, to play that style of game. The Blue Jackets now have won 3 out of 4, and they believe that they can do better than what their record indicates right now. I don't know if I subscribe to that, to be honest with you. Max Domi has come back, and he's looked quite good. He had an injury, and then as well he had the COVID protocol to go through. So adding a couple pieces for Columbus can't help, but I think Winnipeg still in a league of its own in comparison to Columbus. I'm going to take Hellebuck and the Winnipeg Jets tonight to win 4-2.
4-2 tonight.
Yeah.
Four three.
4-3 Jets. Good.
Here we go.
And next we have St. Louis against Detroit. St. Louis will be making its only trip to Detroit this year. And they've lost there 7 times since November of I think it's 2 years ago, so of 2019. Um, I have Binnington to start this game. Or, was it confirmed with Husso, Coach?
Look like ISO.
Yeah. Okay, that might affect a little bit my decision, but I'm going to stick with what I have. I'm going to go with this, even though St. Louis has had a bit of a hiccup lately. I'm going to go with St. Louis to win this game 5-3.
5-3.
Yeah, these guys have a nice rivalry going between the two of them, so I expect a very close, tight, checking game. But I think St. Louis has got more depth, although Detroit plays much better at home, and they don't have Binnington in net tonight, so that's a plus for Detroit. But I'm still going to stick with St. Louis to win 5-3 in this game.
Okay. I go low on that one.
3-2?
Yep, exactly.
Okay,
Next game?
so on this next game, we have the Battle of New York here, the Rangers against the Islanders. We mentioned yesterday the importance of the Islanders, and they need to start winning some games. They've lost four or five of their last few games. They've been hit with COVID. They've been hit with a couple of injuries, especially on defense. That's forced Chara to play out of his position, which should be a fifth or sixth defenseman instead of right now. I think he's playing third or fourth on that team, and he looks, quite honestly, you could see his age in terms of the speed that's he should be bringing to the game and doesn't have anymore. I think the Rangers, have put a good run in there, but they haven't really impressed me as a team. I think the Shesterkin has really been the story here for them, and that's why they're at 11-4-3. Conversely, Varlamov hasn't looked great, but I do believe Sorokin is in net tonight, so that should, and he's been great actually. Sorokin, he's especially at the beginning of the year when they were winning, it was mostly because of his play and not the Islanders. Like the Islanders will find a way to pull this out because I think they're just too good to be going down the wrong path. I know they're going through 4 very critical games, of which they have to at least split those 4 games, and 2 of them I think are against the Rangers. So I'm gonna, against my better judgment, I'm gonna take the Islanders to win this game 3-2.
Rangers 5-2. Here we go. We have to go to the next one. We're not done yet.
Uh-huh.
We have more game on the night.
Who do we have now? We have Vegas
in Nashville,
11-8-0 against Nashville, 10-7-1, and Leonard against Saros, which is going to be a very good goaltending matchup. After playing 8 of their previous 9 games on the road and having another one at Ottawa postponed due to COVID protocols, the Predators were glad to finally start a 3-game homestand, which began with a 3-2 victory the other day against Anaheim. They're playing a very tight game. The Predators blocked 15 shots. They also snapped Troy Terry's 16-game point streak. They're a grinding team, and if they're allowed to dictate the play, or if they get a lead, they're going to be hard to defeat. At home ice, they're 5-3-0 right now. But you know what? Vegas is slowly starting to get healthy. We're starting to see, a turn in their play. They're winning as well now. Pacioretty now is like day to day. You know, DeBoer has really got them buying into the system again. I think that Vegas will pull this out. It'll be a close one as well, but I think they'll win 4-3.
Hold on. I'm almost there. Nicolas 3-1 Montreal. Here we go. Nashville 4-3. Patrick, is a game decision. Yes, Kelly, it is. You said Vegas, right?
I said Vegas, yeah, 4-3.
All right. We have the same score. That's good.
Different team, right? Oh, I knew it.
By the way, just before you continue, by the monkey, unfortunately, I could not pick up all your score because I go one game at a time. So I know you put 5 of your other score, but could you go it only one game at a time? That gave me a better chance to follow up with everybody. So you have to restart. Colorado, Anaheim. I got you Nashville 4-3, but you have to restart now, one game at a time when we talk about the game. So that's what's happening at that moment. Thank you so much. Let's move on. Colorado, Anaheim, Gibson, Cooper.
Yes, Colorado and Anaheim. Things looked a bit bleak for Colorado, especially when Nathan McKinnon went down again with a lower body injury. But as it turns out, that was a bit of a premature worry because it seems that other players have really stepped up there. The most notable being Kadri. He's really been on he's in the midst of a 9-game point streak himself, and where he's picked up 13 points in that time. And believe it or not, heading into tonight's play, he ranks fourth with 23 points, which is kind of amazing. Like you don't really envision that until you actually see it or believe it in looking at it in these standings. The Avalanche now have won 5 straight games. They're scoring 31. They scored 31 goals in those wins, which is almost scoring at will. And when we saw that the other night when they were playing Ottawa, and they just took over the third period and went ahead. Cal McCarr has just been out of this world. He's had a couple multiple scoring games, goals. The Ducks have been very, very good themselves, but they're in tough against Colorado. I think it'll be a close game as well. I know I'm saying that a lot tonight, but Colorado should win this one 3-2, and I think it might go to overtime.
We are the same team.
Different score.
I go with my 6-5. I'm going to get someone 5-3 somehow. Go ahead. The next one.
Next one we have Toronto and LA. Well, the Leafs have just been very good over the last few games, and I'm not going to really emphasize their offense because we know what they're capable of there. But they've picked up, I think, 3 shutouts over that last 5 or 6 games that they've played. They seem to be a little bit more team committed to playing a tight game and hoping that their Fab Four can score for them, and they've responded. So I think LA is I have quickest playing, which is the same as yours. And he's going to be a discussion for trade bait as the season goes along, I think, for LA. The only one I'm starting to worry a little bit with the Leafs is, and I don't know if worry is the right word, but Matthews has been a little bit quiet. He hasn't scored in his past 3 games, which is, given last year he had 41 goals in 52 games. It's a bit worrisome. But he should respond. I'm sure part of it is due to the fact that he had the wrist surgery, and that's not an easy injury to recover from. I think that the Leafs are going to win this game 3-2.
I was really not sure about that one there, but I still believe the King will find a way for the Leaf to win 4-2.
For sure. And now we come to Carolina and Seattle.
Yep.
This has could have a recipe for disaster here.
It could be.
You have two teams that are going in opposite directions right now. Carolina has just been motoring. They've been getting great goaltending from Anderson, and he's in net tonight, whereas Grubauer has been a bit of a disappointment. He's not getting the same love he was getting in Colorado, that's for sure. Last year he was even in the Vezina Trophy conversation for Colorado. But right now he's got the lowest save percentage in the league among goalies that have played at least 10 games. And that's what's translated to really Seattle's drop lately. And nobody else besides Grubauer has been able to step up as well. So, in the NHL, if you don't have that goaltending that keeps you in, you're going to have long nights. And I don't anticipate this one being any different. I think that Carolina will win this game 4-1.
4-1?
Yeah.
We will come, everybody, if we don't mention your names, because we're on the process to get everybody in. So we apologize for that one over there. Canes for me, Canes 4-1. I say 5-2.
Okay. So now brings us to the Edmonton Oilers, who are on a back-to-back. And after a very disappointing game last night, I don't think that we're going to have to wait too long for them to recover from that type of a game. We also saw the end of McDavid's streak yesterday at 17 games, even though Draisaitl will get a point to himself and leads the league in scoring. I think that, they've had, as we were mentioning earlier, some fallbacks on defense, and that's still going to be an area of concern. But I think that they'll respond big time tonight. They're going to win 6-1 over Arizona, who's been playing very tight. They've been playing decent hockey lately, and I've won a couple of games in there as well. But it's going to be hard to hold off an Edmonton team that wants to make sure that their losing streak doesn't persist here.
I was a bit more less generous.
4-1.
4-1.
Okay, and our last game of the evening: Ottawa and San Jose. Ottawa's the Ottawa Senators on a 2-game losing streak, and they've posted only one victory in their past 9. So they've had it very tough. We all know about their situation with the week off they had for the COVID protocol. There are some positives. The Senators are starting to click, and they're starting to get some key players coming back. So that's something to look forward to. Like, the good thing with Ottawa is, you have good core and a good nucleus on that team. And so, winning will take time and will take experience as we move along. But, it's there. And if this year they happen to get another high pick, that'll only help to their building situation a little bit quicker. San Jose has only 2 victories in their past 6 games and 3 out of their last 9. So they've had their own problems as well. They've only managed to score 10 goals in their past 6 games. So offense has been a bit of a predicament for them. They've really benefited from great goaltending from James Reimer, who right now is among the league leaders with a 187 goals against and a 940 save percentage. which is amazing. I'm sure Kelly loves to hear that. I'm going to take this game. I'm going to take the home team, San Jose, to win by a score of 4-2.
San Jose. 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah, 3-1
So
on that one over there.
How many did we disagree on, Coach?
I think we have only 2.
2. Okay.
Not much. I think we're pretty good
It's gonna
about
take
that
a long
one.
time to catch up to your record.
All right, so we did pretty good. We cover everybody. If you missed some game, you can write at the bottom. We welcome everybody. We got Mr. Jose Duargo. He came back, Duarte, I believe. We have also Mr. Joel Deb joined us. And then someone was asked some question. I think it was called CD, and we could not do it. So that's what happening about that one over there. So I could not answer his question about that. Alan Bianco said Colorado can win. Alan, if you want to give us all the score, Alan, you can email me. We can pick it up, those score. That's not a problem about that one over there. And at the end of the day, we have also that one over there. That's your turn.
Our fantasy team. Okay, I'm going to take Anderson and net for Carolina. Defense, I'm going to go with Carr and Ekblad. And on offense, I'm going to take Kapsov. And I'm going to take Batman and Robin. McDavid and Draisaitl.
Kaskinen, Carlson, Riley, Calgary, Huberdeau, and Marner.
Sounds good. All-star team.
Yeah, that would be Yamo said 3-0 for Yamo for Howard tonight. So that would be the question about that one over there. We have to move back here. We did the 14th game, guys. We hit this at 6 o'clock. That's pretty good about that one there. Great job in our tap. You gave me a chance for picking up all the note, everything like that. It's like I'm going to take one day to figure out everything, but that's pretty good to see that. Coach, here are my score. Alan, can you email me? I think you have my email. You can email me. You can do it right now. Yes, you can put this right now. That's not a problem. What you have in our tab before we go, what pay your attention for the tonight or something you want to talk about before we go?
Yeah, there's a couple games. I'm curious that Ranger Islander game. I'm really curious to see what kind of response the Islanders put in. I think it's critical for them. The Vancouver game obviously is something else to look out for, because it's, like I said, they're on a landmine right now that could go south very quickly. The other game, the Minnesota game, kind of interests me as well a little bit. I think that I want to see how they respond as well after their last 2 or 3 games. So for me, those are the 3 bigger ones to look out for.
Johnny said, the bottom line, will Jordan Harris sign with them? With the Montreal?
Who knows? I hope so. I'd like to think, based on when he was interviewed at the beginning of the year, it seemed like he wants to sign with Montreal, but I don't understand why there's some trepidation right now, and he hasn't signed. Is it, Coach? Is it usually? Is it not traditional that customary that they've signed by this time?
Yep. Are you freezing?
No.
All right. That's correct. I know that. Eagle, email me. I can help you on that one over there. Eagle, Frank Sport. Email me at coach@coachfrenchy.com, and I will give it all the stuff like that. That's what I do a lot. I have a little company about all the graphics, everything like that, so I can help you know the problem about that one over there. And Mr. Allen, you keep constantly give me some scores, so we still continue to give you all the stuff like that. Islanders 4-2. I don't know how he can pick up all the goals, but it looked like he's doing well. Hockey Thanksgiving is disappointment. Bottom line, Montreal will win tonight. Vegas won 5-3 tonight. Vegas go tonight 5-3. And NCAA cannot sign right now, Johnny. They have to wait until the end of the year to go that one over there. So thank you so much, Sebastian. I got it. 4-2. So Johnny, they have to wait at the end of his, when he left the school, and then after that he decide where to go. Now Montreal have only August 1st to sign him. After that, he become a free agent. He can go anywhere he want to go. After that, that's what the rule of NCAA at that moment. I have an amazing, great interview, Jordan, with Marc-André Godin. Happening yesterday. I have this copy I'm going to send to the people of the membership. So you're going to get it the next 2 days. So that's what happening about that. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He missed 2 games, Alan, between Montreal and Washington. Can you give it to me? And also Winnipeg, Columbus. 2 games I don't have from you. Mr. Alan Vaillancourt. Patrick Friend, welcome in the house. Enortap, Mr. Velio said their age. The only thing we can give to you, we are born and we are over 50. That's the only thing we can give to you about that one over there. So that's a bit the best answer I can give it to you. 5-1, 5-1, and I said 4-2 to Abs. Patrick Friend, thank you so much, buddy. Thanks for joining us. Alan Vaillancourt, Columbus, Winnipeg. Columbus, Winnipeg, Mr. Vaillancourt. That'd be awesome. Keep the Abs score when I tell the touchdown. 9-5-1. Yes, exactly. About that one over there. Patrick Cole Coffee need to score tonight. Yamo said 59. And we're still missing one from Alan Vaillancourt before we go. So, Mr. Vaillancourt, it's time to type. That Columbus, Winnipeg. That's one thing we're missing. We try to help everybody here. So, hopefully, Mr. Alan Vaillancourt will going to give us a score.
Take Winnipeg.
That'll be the best one to do that. So, thank you so much. Columbus, he said. Columbus 4-2. So he said that, no, Enortap, I don't listen to you. So that's what happened about that. Mr. Enortap, thank you so much for your collaborator. We'll be back in 55 minutes. We're going to go from the live stream, Montreal Canadiens and the Washington Capitals. We thanks each one of you guys. It was an amazing, great show. We did it. We'll be back tomorrow also at 11 o'clock. The Thanksgiving morning skate show. We're going to be back tomorrow at 11 o'clock. We're going to talk about this. And finally, don't forget, you are awesome.
Thank you for joining us.
You are amazing. That guy over there. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. Thank you so much, everybody. Have an amazing, blessing night. Look forward to you tomorrow. Until then, be well and be healthy. Have a great night in our time.
Thank you, sir. You too. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, everybody. You're welcome, Mark. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Sebastien. You're welcome, Vilio. Thank you, 951. wish.
We're just putting on a show. Come on, get a grip now of all the ways we parted. You showed in your own way we would stand and we would fall united. Come on, get a grip now. Just finish what you started. Don't like the feeling that I've been fooled, deceived, and so misguided.